Welcome to Sideline Sports. My name is Jake,
My name is Landon,
and we may not have played sports.
but we know sports. Today we're going to be talking about our NFL draft grades, NBA playoffs, and the NHL playoffs. Welcome to episode 2 of Sideline Sports.
To start off today's episode, we're going to be talking about the NFL draft and our grades for it. To start off, let's start with our honorable mentions for our best drafts. What do you have, Landon?
My first honorable mention is the Saints. They picked Jordan Tyson, Christian Miller, Oscar Delp, Bryce Lane, and TJ Hall. I think it's a pretty good draft. I mean, get some help for Tyler Shuck in there with Jordan Tyson. I really like Christian Miller in the second round, and then Oscar Delp replace Juwan Johnson after he's out of there. So not the best draft, but I thought it was pretty good. Number 7 for me at least. And then my other honorable mention is going to be the LA Rams.
No,
skipping
no,
over the
no,
obvious. Skipping over the obvious.
no,
Max
bro.
Clare was a great pick. Max Clare round 2 is a great pick. Max Clare is a great
Okay,
pick.
I'm not even
Hold
reacting
on.
about that.
Keegan Tross was a good pick, round 3. CJ Daniels, round 6. That's an A pick. And then Tim Keenan, round 7. That's an A minus pick for me. Ty Simpson is going. Let me list you. Here are some other quarterbacks that have sat behind Hall of Fame level or around that quarterbacks for a year while those quarterbacks were still playing well. Joe Flacco, towards the end of his prime, Lamar Jackson comes in, sits behind him for a year, year and a half, and he becomes a 2-time MVP. Correct or incorrect? Correct. Patrick Mahomes comes in, sits behind Alex Smith at the end of his prime for 1 year, becomes a multiple-time MVP, top 5 quarterback of all time. Am I correct or am I incorrect? Jordan Love comes in, sits behind Aaron Rodgers for how many years?
I knew that was coming
What
up,
does
bro.
Jordan Love
I
look
knew
like
that
now?
one.
Exactly. And you know what? That pick reminds me exactly of the Ty Simpson pick. Jordan Love and Ty. No, people did not think either of those guys were first round talents. I didn't think Ty Simpson was first round talent. I don't like Ty Simpson as quarterback, but I think it was a perfect pick because you have him sitting behind the MVP, a future Hall of Famer in Matt Stafford, one of the best arm talents ever. You've got him sitting behind him for a year or two, probably a year. He's going to learn. He's going to go in. And I think he's going to play well. Maybe we'll see. I don't. He's not going to sit behind Stetson Bennett. The people saying that are stupid. Um, he's going to sit behind Stafford. I think he's going to go in and play well. I mean, historically, QBs who sit behind, who get drafted first round or super early, and then sit behind these Hall of Fame level quarterbacks, they play well after the quarterback in front of them retires. So I think that was a good pick by the Rams, and that's why I have them as an honorable mention. I don't think they're top 5 because it is a hit or miss pick, but I think it has a very high chance of hitting. So they're number 6 for me.
Okay, so before I even start talking about the Rams selection, I do want to say for the Saints, I was thinking about having them as an honorable mention. The one thing that kept me away from that is the fact you drafted an injury-prone receiver, and you already have an injury-prone receiver on your team. It's just questionable in that
Yeah,
sense. But even with that, I still had them in my mock draft taking Jordan Tyson. He is an amazing player when he is healthy.
yeah.
But
I mean,
bro,
top 2 talented receiver in the draft, inarguably. So I mean, I think it was a good pick there. Go ahead.
but having the Rams in your honorable mention for best draft, it's ridiculous, bro. It really is. Just based on the fact that you spend your first round pick on a dude that isn't going to touch the field for 2 to 3 years. When you are
That's
trying to win now, you are trying to win now. Why not go out and get you someone like Ruben Bain, who was still on the board, like someone that can help you win now? You
because
are in
you
a short window for Matthew Stafford's career. He is still going to be playing for 2 years, and if you wanted to, the next draft there are better prospects out there than Ty Simpson.
but there's a chance he doesn't play for 2 years. There's a very high chance he retires after this year because they were talking about him retiring after last season, and he didn't. He came back for 1 year or 2, but I think it's going to be one. And you, yes, you may not have helped yourself win now, but now you've possibly extended that timeline of when you can win, just like the Packers did. The Packers did not take a year off after drafting Jordan Love. Everybody had the same complaints about them picking Jordan Love when Aaron Rodgers was there, and look how it's worked out for him. Jordan Love is a top 10 quarterback in the league, and they are constant. I mean, they still don't have a receiver, but they are constantly in that Super Bowl picture. And it's going to work out the same way for the Rams. I hate to tell you, but it is.
The difference is Jordan Love had a higher ceiling than what Ty Simpson has. Ty Simpson
We
is
we
not the
think
same
that
type of quarterback than Jordan Love.
we think that NFL executives might see it differently. I think it works
I
out.
don't
I
know,
think that
man.
was the one place where he was. I think that is the one spot in the league where he is a good first round pick. Anywhere else, it's an F graded pick for me. But with it being the Rams, I don't think there was a lot of room for them to improve across the board with a rookie. So for me, it's a B plus pick. Anywhere else, Ty Simpson is an F, but I think Rams is a B plus because it's just a good fit to me. But what are your honorable mentions so we don't ramble on about the Rams for too long?
Okay. My first one, I got to go Steelers. They had an amazing draft.
Yeah,
And then second, even though I don't love the David Bailey pick, I got to go Jets.
Jets
Jets
had a good
had,
Jets had a good draft.
honestly, they had one of the best steals in the first round, getting Omar Cooper at 30.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I don't hate either of those. I do think that there was a player, a teammate of his better than him that got picked that I have that team at number 4 on my list. So we'll get to that here in a minute. But I like both those as honorable mentions. I bounced them around being in my 5 spot, being honorable mentions, but neither of them ended up making it for me.
Okay.
So number 5, I've got the Chargers going. They drafted Hakeem Messidor. I got graded that like a B. It's not a great pick, but it's not a bad pick. 4th round, they drafted Brennan Thompson, which I grade that as an A, wide receiver. And then they drafted 4 O linemen. I did not look at any of the O linemen. I have no clue if any of them are good. Just the fact that they drafted 4 O linemen and they needed O linemen more than any team in the league tells me that this was a top 5 draft for me because they said we're figuring this O line problem out when we're figuring it out now. So that's my number 5.
You know what? I don't hate that. I personally don't have them in my top 7, but I get where you're coming from. For me at number 5, it it kills me to say this as an Eagles fan, but I got to go Cowboys here.
Yeah,
I mean, you got honestly one of the best, if not the best, defensive players in the country, and Caleb Downs.
probably the best
Just insane
player in the
to,
country.
yeah, insane to think that he went down to 11. You got Jay Sean Barham in the third round. You got Devin Moore in the fourth. I mean, you have some amazing picks here. The only thing that keeps it from being higher on my list is I just think you reached on Malachi Lawrence.
Yeah,
I feel like he's not a first round talent to me.
yeah, I agree. I mean, he's didn't really produce much in college. It's kind of like a guessing pick. I don't know how
Okay.
to. You're guessing. You're projecting him to be good. You're not really potential pick. It's a potential pick. It's not a production pick. It's a potential pick. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was looking for. Potential pick. Yeah, I mean, Cowboys definitely had a good draft. I don't think it was anything special, but I don't. It was a very good draft. I mean, Caleb Downs. They filled in a lot of needs. Found a Micah Parsons replacement, maybe. With Malachi, we'll see. I don't think it was a great pick either there, but other than that, it was a great draft. So, who do you have at number 4?
Number 4, I do have my Eagles here.
Okay.
I am not gonna lie. You even know about this in the group chat on the draft days. I was like getting mad. Other than for the first round. First round, I was so excited, but the second through seventh, I was like, I really wasn't happy until I actually sat down and watched some of the film from these players. And honestly, we did have a pretty good draft here, man. I mean, starting off with the Makai Lemon situation, where we literally stole him from the Steelers.
Yep, right out of their
Love
hands.
that.
They were so mad. They're so mad. He was playing in Pittsburgh either
And
way, or Philadelphia either way.
Pennsylvania.
Yep,
Pennsylvania.
he was playing in Pennsylvania either way. I went 0 for 2 there.
Come
That's
on, bro.
bad. That's bad.
And then also I seen the Eli Stowers take. At first, I was complaining because I wanted Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I was so mad to see him go to the Browns. And yeah, I wanted him really bad, but even with that, Eli Stowers is a dog, bro.
Yeah, it's a
And
great
I'm
pick.
excited for him.
It's a
And then
great pick.
Markel Bell. I that dude is massive, man. And
What is
then
he like
on top of that,
six? What is he 6'9"?
he's like 6'9", like just over 6'9", bro.
The things I would do to be that huge.
But one pick I didn't like. Why are we picking a quarterback? We already have Jalen
What
Hurts.
quarterback did
We
you get?
already Cole Payton out of North Dakota State,
What round is he picked?
fifth round.
You picked a quarterback 5th round? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, bro. I
Above
seen it, and
Wow. Above guys like Nussmeier?
we picked him above Nussmeier. Diego Pavia didn't even get drafted. Heisman
Well,
finalist.
he
Heisman
sucks.
finalist.
He sucks.
Yeah, he should not have been a finalist. It should have been Jacob Rodriguez, and I I will die on that hill, bro.
Didn't
Jacob
Pavia end up getting
Rodriguez.
second? Pavia got second place.
No, he got fourth.
Julian Sang got fourth. Pavia got
Did he?
second place. Yeah.
Damn, bro, I didn't even realize that,
Julian
bro. I
Sang
thought
barely
he
got
got
any votes.
fourth.
No, it was a
Yeah, that's
joke. Julian
ridiculous,
Sang got
man.
fourth.
Julian Sand was way better than Pavia.
Yeah. Pavia got second place. It was insane. I remember being so
Yeah,
mad about that.
but
All right.
yeah, we took quarterback out of North Dakota State, and I just feel like we have Andy Dalton, we have Tanner McKee, we have
With
Jalen
Andy
Hurts.
Dalton?
Yeah, we traded for him.
Wow. Learning new things every day.
Uh, then Michael Morris out of Georgia. We of course have to get a Georgia player every single year.
Yep.
Honestly, these last two, I was super excited when I seen them. We got Cole Wisniewski out of Texas Tech, finally got a safety, and the dude, he's gonna fill up that white boy spot. He's gonna fill that up. And then, honestly, one of my favorites is Uwar Bernard. The dude is 6% body fat out
Oh,
of
yeah.
Nigeria. This dude is a beast.
Hasn't played a single down of football.
He is the most project player of all project players, but if any team's going to do it, it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles because look at fucking Jordan Mailata. Never played a single snap of football. He was a rugby player, and now he's one of the best offensive linemen in the whole NFL. So if anyone can make it work, it's the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't go too far away from that with my number 4 team. I went just down the road to Baltimore for my number 4 with Leone, first round O lineman out of Penn State. I think they lost a few O linemen in free agency. Obviously, lost center
Linderbaum.
Tyler Linderbaum. He still ended up going to the Raiders, right?
Yeah, he went to the
Okay.
Raiders.
Well, I knew he went to the Raiders, and then Crosby trade got canceled, and they couldn't afford him, but they must have worked that out. So I think filling in that inside part of your O line was huge for the Ravens, and I think they did that pretty well there. And then Zion Young, I believe that was their second round pick, edge rusher there. He's not a great pass rusher, but you put him across Mike Green, who you drafted last year. He's a great run stopper, so I think that was a good pick there. Kind of like opposite Mike Green. You got two different kind of players opposite. I think that'll work out pretty well. And then two of my favorite picks from the draft, Jacoby Lane, round 3. Yeah, round 3, Jacoby Lane, I graded that as an A. And then my second best pick of the draft, Elijah Surratt, wide receiver out of Indiana, graded that as an A++. I think that was a better pick than Omar Cooper. I think he's going to be a better receiver in the league than Omar Cooper Jr. Their entire careers at Indiana, their entire careers playing together, at least he was the wide receiver 1 until this year. And he dealt with some injuries this year, dealt with some other problems this year, and then he fell down to the wide receiver 2, and Omar Cooper kind of took over. I think it's going to go back to how it was with Elijah Surratt being that first round pick type wide receiver in the NFL. And then Chandler Rivers, they got cornerback out of Duke. Not a bad pick there. Josh Cuevas, 5th round tight end out of Bama. I think that was a really good pick. Fill in for likely, as they likely. And then Rayshon Benny, D lineman out of Michigan, round 7. I think that's an absolute steal there. So yeah, I got the Ravens at 4. Then my number 3 team, I mean, didn't have a great draft outside of 2 picks. Pretty mid, probably a whole bunch of C's, but the best pick in the draft, in my opinion. Their first pick one of their 2 picks I graded really well was Keontae Scott. Gave him an A+, 4th round pick there. But my number 3 team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I gave Ruben Bain an A++++. I think that is the best pick in the draft by far. This is a guy that at one point was projected to be the 2nd overall pick, and you got him at what? What did they get him at, 13?
15.
15? Because he's got short arms and he got into a car accident. Like, are we serious? He was I don't think he was better than Arvo Reese. I don't think he's more talented than Arvo Reese, but he was the best. He was the most dominant edge rusher in all of college football last year. He absolutely bullied people. He blew right through people, and he did not look happy when he got drafted. I mean, and I don't think it's because of the team, because he's going from Miami to Tampa Bay. He's not having to leave home. I think he is coming into the league with a vengeance, ready to win, and I think he's going to tear it up in Tampa. And I mean, they needed an edge rusher. Levante David, I believe, just retired. He's more of an inside linebacker, I know, but still, I mean, you need that defense, that big time defensive presence, and you got it in Ruben Bain. So that's my number three. Who do you have at number three, Jake?
Well, I wasn't too far off from you. I have the Ravens at number three.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, you pretty much hit on every point I was going to talk about. I mean, Jacoby Lane, Zion Young. Uh, I'm not even gonna be able to
Leone,
try and say his name. Leone.
I think.
Uh,
That's how it looks to me.
and then obviously Elijah Surratt. I will say, they did take Matthew Hibner out of SMU, another tight end. So they got two tight ends because
Yeah.
one Isaiah likely left in free agency, and then on top of that, uh, Mark Andrews is a bum now. He
He's
can
getting old.
honestly, he's got to retire at some point, bro.
Yeah.
And then, of course, got to talk about Rayshon Benny, the boy, go blue. But yeah, honestly, just
Good
an
on you.
amazing draft all throughout.
Yeah, I think they did really
So
well.
yeah,
You knew they were going to get a Michigan player, Jesse Winter, as new head coach. I mean, they were going to get a Michigan guy, and they got him in round 7, and it was a big steal. So I don't like him, but it was a big steal. I can give credit where credit is due there. You have at number 2, your second best draft class.
at number two, I mean, it was. I always had my number one and my number two, and I figured it out from there. My number two has to be the Giants, just because of the fact you got Arvell Reese, who I honestly think, even though in my mock draft I said Cardinal Tate would go number two, I still think he should have went at number two, honestly. Thinking back at it, if you're
Yeah, I mean,
going
they were
edge
going
rusher, you should have
just for
never
going edge
went
rusher.
David Bailey.
I think David Bailey was the third best edge rusher in the draft. Maybe not even third best.
I mean, yeah, I don't know where David Bailey ranks, but I just know I had Arvell Reese and Ruben Bain better than him. And honestly, it was just that's the only thing that really kept me off from having the Jets higher on this list is that David Bailey should not have went number two.
And he's got no drip.
But
He looks like an old man out there on the football field, bro. You see the pictures of him with his shoulder
bro,
pads up here,
his
and then
name makes you think of an old man.
he
David
he has
Bailey,
he just doesn't have an NFL name. Like all these guys, like Arvell Reese, like that is a football name. Sonny Styles,
bro.
that's a football
Casey
name.
Concepcion, Casey
Football name.
Concepcion. That is such a cool name.
Ruben Bain chasing you down, Bain, and it's a big buff dude chasing you down. That's a football name. Carnell Tate, that's a football name. David Bailey, bro, you're supposed to be an accountant. Like you're not a football player. You're supposed to be in finance. But yeah, I agree with you though. I also had the Giants at number 2. I mean, you know, Colton Hood too. Colton Hood was an excellent pick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. I mean, him and Jamal McCoy both fell so much. Is insane how much. I want to. The Raiders had a great pick too, getting Jamal McCoy. And Fernando Mendoza obviously, but I'm not going to grade them on for. I didn't grade on Fernando Mendoza. I mean, it was an obvious pick. I'm not going to give you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to grade you for making the pick that everybody knew you were going to make. The rest of it wasn't like 100% guaranteed, so I'm not going to grade them for a pick that was 100% happening. But Jamal McCoy, they deserve praise for that one. But Giants deserve even more for Colton Hood, I think, because I think he's going to perform really well for them. All right, I think we both know who number 1 is, so
Yeah.
I think we can just say it. Cleveland Browns number 1.
Cleveland Browns number one.
I mean,
I mean,
you take the
you
guy.
go first.
You were going to take Spencer Fanu at 6. You trade down, get extra picks, take him at 9. Just for making that move alone, you should get an A+. I gave a B+ on that pick. I think it's probably more of an A-, just because of the fact you traded down too. But just on the player alone, I do think it's a B+. I think he's going to be a very good O-lineman. I'm not worried about that. I get bored of drafting O-lineman, but we do need to draft O-line. We need an O-lineman. We got a top 2 O-lineman on the board, and we traded down to get him. So it's a great pick there. KC Concepcion, A pick. Especially after the report that there were multiple NFC teams that were trying to trade up to 23 to take KC Concepcion. Didn't work out. We got him at 24, so perfect for me. I love that pick. I think he's going to be great with Shore Sanders, and he's going to be great next to his new teammate, Denzel Boston. I graded him as a first-round receiver. We got him in the second round. That's an A pick. And then probably our best pick of the draft, in my opinion, is Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Graded that as an A+, got him in the second round. He was a top 20 pick for me, I believe. I think I might have had him at 20. I might have had him a little bit later, but I know he was a first round pick, and we got him in the second round. And then, actually, this was probably our best pick of the draft. Parker Brailsford, best center in the draft by a mile. We need a center. Ethan Pokic. I don't. It's just not going to work out with him. I don't even know if he's on the team anymore, Ethan Pokic. But Parker Brailsford, best center in the draft. We got him in round 5. Then Justin Jefferson, round 5. How can you miss on a guy named Justin Jefferson? And Taylon Green, I think that was round 5 or 6. I think it was round 5. I love that pick
Round
because
6.
round 6, Taylon Green, love that pick. 6'6" quarterback that runs a 4.32 and has a cannon. I don't care if he can't complete a pass. We can put him in Wildcat. We can run him running back, QB sneak him, throw him in at wide receiver, tight end. You can literally do anything with him. So Andrew Berry back-to-back A+ picks. He had the best draft the last 2 years, and I don't think it's arguable. So I mean, incredible job by him to save his job. It's insane to see what he can do with Paul DePodesta out of the way, and was Kevin Stefanski out of the way, not calling the shots anymore. So yeah, what do you think about that draft? What were your notes on the Browns draft? I think it was obviously the best, but of course.
I mean, honestly, I just want to say it hurts me to say this, especially with you being a Browns fan, but y'all definitely had the best draft. I mean, only thing that I might have changed about it is I think it was amazing that y'all traded back. I mean, honestly, that was just stupid on the Chiefs' end. Mansour Delane was not going that
Yeah, I
early.
mean,
You could have got him at 9.
they just gave us some extra picks. They just handed it to us. It was very stupid, but I'm not complaining.
But I will say this, instead of Fanu, I would have went Maligoa.
Yeah. I
Either one
mean,
is still good, but if
I will
I'm
say
personally picking,
seeing the videos recently of Spencer Fanu, he's like huge, he's Hawaiian, huge anime nerd. Like he just has like the nerdy O lineman. Like he was like, they asked him like, you flip a switch when you go on the field? He's like, no. He's like, honestly, I just think that throwing around large men is the best thing in the world. And like he just said in like the most nerdy voice ever. And he's just such a geek, and I just absolutely love it. Like O linemen like that are the O linemen that end up being. You either need somebody who's an absolute killer, like Trent Williams, or you need just the biggest turd of all time, and that's what Spencer Fanu is. So I don't know anything about the Francis Maui Noah guy, but after seeing those videos of him, I really love Spencer Fanu.
I mean, yeah, just off of like tape alone, I would say Maligoa is the pick there. But
Yeah,
still, no matter what, you're getting an amazing tackle. And then on top of that, you get both Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston. I honestly don't know how people let y'all do that. And then on top of that, the thing that kills me the most, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, bro. I wanted him so bad to be an Eagle, and y'all just like right before we could take him, drafted him. I'm like,
snatch him.
and then also Taylon Green. I mean, like you said, you can put him in Wildcat. You can do pretty much anything with him. Honestly, change his ass to a fucking running back like they were gonna do with Lamar.
Yeah, but I mean, Lamar's OC was Todd Monken, so maybe Taylor Green will work out at QB. But I don't know. I mean, great drafts all around. I don't think really anybody had a terrible draft. Rams are the only
I do.
one that Rams are the only team I think that had what you could say was a terrible draft. I think everybody drafted pretty well. I mean, were you gonna say the Rams?
No, I was gonna say the Dolphins. Other than Jacob Rodriguez, they
Yeah,
were doing some dumbass shit.
Dolphins had a bad draft, but outside of the Dolphins and the Rams, I don't really think anybody had too bad of a draft. So pretty good draft all around. I mean, it was pretty fun to watch. So pretty entertaining draft, pretty good all around. We'll see how everybody does in their mini camps coming up soon. See how everybody does in summer workouts. But I think with that, we can move on to a quick run through the NBA and NHL playoffs. So NBA playoffs, obviously, as we're recording this, the Thunder are playing right now. They are up on the Suns, 87-76. They're up 3-0, so they're going to close out that series. Thunder are going to be moving on to the second round. We're filming this on Monday, the 27th at 11 o'clock. So Lakers play on Wednesday at 10 p.m. They play the Rockets. Will the Lakers close out that game? What do you think? They're going to close out the
I
series there?
mean, yeah, I think the series
No
ends
Luka, no
there. I
Reeves.
They haven't had them the whole playoff series. It's LeBron, bro.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
regardless of if they win this one, there's no chance the Rockets come back from down 3-0. So Lakers are going to win that series. And I mean, Luka and Reeves back round two. You dominated the Rockets with just LeBron. Could be an upset watch there. We'll see. Minnesota's leading leading the Nuggets right now in the series 3-1. Denver's up 28-19. They close it out tonight, or do you think Denver has a chance still in the series?
I don't think it gets closed out tonight, but I
Anthony Edwards went
also
down with an injury last game.
I was just about to say that, and he's going to be out for multiple weeks. So it's like I want to say the Timberwolves win it, but I feel like without Anthony Edwards, I think that Jokic can come back from this. They're going to win this game, I feel like, and it'll make the series 3-2. And you have one game left in Minnesota, and then you're going to Denver for the last game. I feel
Yeah.
like the Nuggets can win the series.
Yeah, I can definitely see a comeback here. I think it's win here for Minnesota. If Minnesota doesn't win in Denver tonight, I think that Denver will end up coming back and winning the series. Can't see Ayo Dosunmu leading them like he did in the last game. So I think it's either win here in Denver tonight or you're going home. I think it's win or go home tonight for Minnesota, which is crazy to say with them being up 3-1, but I think that's how it is for them. So you've got to win now. Got to win now. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, when this video comes out, that series could be over. You guys will know the results of this game. We'll know it before we even post this video. So we'll see what happens with that when it's only the first quarter of that game. So Spurs, Blazers, Wemby's back. Spurs are up 3-1. Blazers' only chance was for Wemby to be out for a while. Wemby was not happy with that concussion protocol. He went off on the NBA. About it the other day. They actually cut off his mic during his interview. You saw that video? They cut off his mic during his interview because he was going off on the NBA.
No, I didn't see that.
It was insane. Here, I'll put up the clip right here.
Very disappointing, not on the Spurs again.
But I said I won't get into details. I'm not saying that playing wasn't a good or bad decision. It wasn't a decision.
Yeah, so he was going crazy there, going off. You guys did it. Obviously, the video clip is on there, but we were just sitting here in silence, staring at the camera. We probably could have talked, and I could have just muted it. Wow. Okay, Blazers are winning. Blazers are not winning this series. I mean, they won a game without Wemby. That was all they needed to do. Blazers had to win that when Wemby went down. They didn't. Blazers are going to lose. It's Spurs. It's going to be Spurs in either Nuggets or Timberwolves, and then Thunder Lakers. You agree with that out of the West? Okay.
Yeah.
Eastern Conference, we're going to start at the bottom and go up to the top because we have huge news coming out. I don't want you to look at ESPN just yet. You already saw?
Huh?
Did you already see the winner of the Pistons game?
Yeah, I actually did.
Sixers up 3-1. Embiid is back.
I really don't think it matters if Embiid is back. It's already 3-1. It's going to be Celtics here.
I agree. Knicks Hawks 2-2. Obviously, big story here. CJ McCollum absolutely balling out, taking over for Trae Young, absolutely owning New York. In New York, he's been the villain on Broadway. It's been beautiful to watch. With that being said, I don't think that the Hawks get another game. I mean, Jalen Brunson wasn't going to lose 4 in a row to the Atlanta Hawks. It's just how it is. The Hawks played well. I mean, they surprised me, but Knicks are too much to handle for him, and I think that the Knicks are going to take it in 6.
I think that the Knicks win the series, but I have it going to 7.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it, but yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, I can definitely see it going to 7. I just think that the Hawks have ran out of luck there a little bit, but we'll see. I mean, next game, I think if Hawks are going to take it to 7, they have to win the next game. I don't think they can win a game down 3-2.
Nah.
Cavs Raptors game 5, Wednesday night, 7:30. The last 2 games have been disgusting. It's been terrible coaching. James Harden he hasn't been terrible. The turnovers have been extremely lazy, trash, but he hasn't been terrible outside of the turnovers. He's shot decently. Mitchell has just been so terrible offensively, and the Raptors are just out physicaling us, and it's terrible to watch because, for one, they're blowing us up, and the refs are doing absolutely nothing about it. There was a play where Jamal Shed came running in like a freight train and shouldered Donovan Mitchell in the face, and they called it an 8-second violation on Donovan Mitchell. Nothing on Jamal Shed. So refs have been terrible the last 2 games, but you can't blame it on the refs when we're playing as terrible as we are. We suck right now, and that's how it is. But I do think we get the next one in Cleveland on Wednesday. Cleveland is one of the 5 hardest places to win a playoff game in. I do think that we get that in Cleveland, and then regardless of if we get it in Toronto, win it in Toronto, I think we win Game 7 in Cleveland. So I do see us going to round 2. But after that, is where I get a little bit worried.
I mean, right now, if the Cavaliers keep playing like they're playing right now, I could see the Raptors beating them,
Yeah,
but
no
I
doubt.
think that the Cavs do bring it back. They take it to a 7-game series, but win it in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then I honestly agree. I don't know how to feel about them in this next round.
I mean, the biggest thing is going to be if the Magic win, because the Magic just took a 3-1 lead tonight. Game 7 or Game 5 of their series is going to be on Wednesday at 7. So we'll see that when the day this video comes out. That'll be huge. If the Cavs can get the Magic in round 2, I think we win in 5 pretty easily. We knew this Pistons team was going to be young, inexperienced, and I think we knew they were going to get bounced early. But we could possibly see a world with Magic, Raptors, Hawks, and Celtics in the second round, and that is absolutely insane to think about. That we could have a 5, 6, 8, and 2 seed in the second round of the Eastern Conference. That is insane to think about, but it's extremely possible right now. I mean, if you were to tell somebody 5 years ago that the playoffs would be Hawks, Raptors, Pistons, Celtics, they would say, did Kawhi come back to the Raptors? Is Trae Young an MVP? And Magic. And what is going on with the Magic? Because how are they good at basketball now? But I mean, it could happen. It really could. I don't think it will. I think you'll see Cavs, Celtics, Knicks, and Magic. But you're going to see the Magic in the second round. I'm telling you. What do you think? You think Magic are going to the second round? Or you think Pistons come back down 3-1?
I honestly could see maybe the Pistons winning one more game, but other than that, I don't have them doing anything else. I have them losing the series in 6 games.
Game 5 is in Detroit, so they are -9.5. I would definitely take Detroit for that game. I can't see Orlando closing it out there, but I do think Orlando closes it out in Orlando. I think that's all we got for the NBA playoffs. I mean, it's been a crazy start to the playoffs, so I mean, definitely looking forward to seeing more on that. We'll get a quick through of the NHL playoffs, and then that'll be it for us today. You want to start off with the Western Conference, top of the bracket?
Sure. I mean, this first matchup, it's already over, but Colorado Avalanche, they swept the Kings. I mean, honestly, nobody's surprised. They were obviously going to make it to the second round, and I think that they'll at least make it to the conference final.
I think a lot of people were complaining Kings are like one of the worst teams to make it to the playoffs in recent years. They had a record of 35, 27, and 20. For comparison, the Avalanche were 55, 16, and 11. So they had 20 wins on them. So there's no surprise here. I mean, this was going to happen, and nobody's surprised about the way it happened. 5-1 in a closeout game, so nobody's surprised about that at all. Series number 2, winner of this plays the Avalanche. Tied 2-2, Dallas Stars, Minnesota Wild. I know you're a Dallas Stars fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's the most random team that for me to like be a fan of, but I do like the Stars, and even though I do want to root for the Stars, I just feel like we don't win the series. I think we lose to the Wild. Even though I think overall we are a better team, I just feel like we are not ready right now to make a playoff push.
I mean, you've got is it Duchesne?
I think it's Duchesne. I ain't gonna lie,
Duchesne?
I haven't been watching a lot of games this
I haven't
year,
watched much
so
hockey this year. I see the Stars coming out of this one. I mean, I'm not the biggest hockey guy, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I honestly have no clue. I don't know anything about either of these teams, but I think the Stars come out of it. They're favored -130 in the next game at home. So go watch that one on ESPN2. That's how big of a game it is. Made it onto ESPN2. Down at the
I mean,
bottom
my
of the
thing is,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel like whenever we do like play them, like looking at game 1, we lost 6-1. That was bad, bro, and that was in Dallas. We lost to them that bad in Dallas. We did take 2 games in a row, but the second game we had to go to 2 overtime periods just to even beat them.
Yeah.
And then we lost this most recent one. I just feel like even though I want us to win it, even if we do win it, we're out. Whoever wins this series, to me, they're out next round to
Smoked
the
by the Avalanche.
Avalanche.
Smoked by the Avalanche. It does not matter. Not a
Yeah.
single bit. Alrighty. Las Vegas Golden Knights playing the Utah Mammoth. Utah Mammoth actually lead this series 2-1. Is currently Score of this game is currently 3-2 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights? I believe, yeah. Vegas Golden Knights over the Mammoth. I'm going to say that the Vegas Golden Knights tie the series up here. But I think that the Utah Mammoth are going to come out on top 4/1 seed. I've got the Mammoth going on to the next round.
I have the same. I mean, I do feel like the Golden Knights, they pull out this game. They're up 3-2. Barring a miracle, they should win this game. But the Mammoth are overall a better team, have played better this year, and I think they take this one.
Down there, just beneath them at the 2-3 series, I think you get your biggest story so far. Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers getting absolutely whacked by the Anaheim Ducks. Crazy stuff there. Honestly, didn't even know the Anaheim Ducks were a real team until about 2 years ago. I thought that was what is it? The Mighty
Ducks?
Yeah, I thought they were the same team, but I think the Mighty Ducks are based on them, aren't they? Isn't it?
Like their logo, I think, is based
something
off
like
of
that.
them.
But it's a 3-1 series. I don't even think we need to talk much about that one. You're not coming back from down 3-1. That's just a fact of sports. It can change, but I don't think there's any reason to predict against it.
Yeah,
So,
it's just
they might
it's
not
crazy
win
to see
5,
the
but they're gonna win.
Oilers. It's crazy to see the Oilers actually losing round 1, especially with how recently they've been doing such amazing stuff in the playoffs.
They were in the championship, in the last 2 years? Was it last year?
I don't remember if it was last year, but I know at least the year before last against the Panthers, which they lost that one.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember because Stars were 1 game away from making it, and we lost to the Oilers.
That's right. Yes, I mean, they just going from that to getting almost gentleman swept by the Anaheim Ducks. It shows you how quickly things can turn around in sports. And Connor McDavid at the end of his career, I mean, they had to win one for him, and it's not going to happen, unfortunately. Not this year, at least. Eastern Conference, we got the Buffalo Sabres against the Bruins. Again, another 3-1 series. Don't think we need to dive too much into that one. Sabres are the better team. Sabres are going to win. They'll be in the second round facing either the Lightning or the Canadiens. Series tied 2-2 there. Who do you got going on?
I mean, even though I like the Canadiens, they are a great team. It is the playoffs, and the Lightning play the best in the playoffs. I have them winning that series.
I got the Montreal Canadiens coming out of this one. They aren't
really.
They're not favored. They are an underdog in this series. I really like Nick Suzuki. That's one of the few hockey players I know for the Canadiens. So I think that they come out of this one. I do think it's a close series. I think you get a 7-game series there, between Tampa Bay and Montreal. But I could see either coming out. But I got Montreal going on. Going down to the bottom of our Eastern Conference bracket, Hurricanes already swept the Senators. No surprises there. And then we've got, in my opinion, the most entertaining series to watch in hockey, the Pittsburgh, the Pennsylvania series. You've got the Penguins and the Flyers. Flyers up 3-2. I only know the Flyers for sucking and the Penguins for being great. And the Flyers are putting it to them right now. Got to hand it to them. They're putting it to the Penguins, putting it to Sidney Crosby.
I mean, yeah, but I still, I don't know, man. It's weird because I could see the Penguins coming back, but also I feel like Michkov will honestly end it in the next game for the Flyers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. It's going to be one of the only hockey games I watch. I'm going to be watching pretty much all basketball, but I will probably be watching, well, I'm not going to watch Game 6. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. Game 6 is Wednesday at 7:30, same time as the Cavs game, but I will be keeping up with it on my phone. Philadelphia is -122. It's in Philly, so I think Philly's going to pull it out and face the Hurricanes. Whoever wins is getting smacked by the Hurricanes, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
But it's always a fun game to watch between the Flyers and Penguins. All right, you got any other comments about the NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, or NFL draft?
No, not really. I think we pretty much said everything.
Think we covered anything? Go ahead and comment down below if you guys have any questions, any comments, or any suggestions for the next video. And with that, we may not play sports,
but we know sports.
Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And we'll see you guys next week with episode number 3.